some waterfall effects cheaply. So I'm trying it with some PVA, and then may have to paint it, or if it dries clear enough then I shall just go over it with clear yacht varnish and then bring it down into there. But that, I think, will give the effect. Did try it with some clear with some hot glue, but obviously that dries like that. So yeah, that's just didn't work whatsoever. So let's see what that dries like. So I've decided to extend it. So as in that went that way before, I thought, well, I can put a 6 radius on there, a 6 radius on there, and then bring 2 long straights. And I had this space in between here. This is the dangerous thing now, when you've got a bit of space you fill it, but then that allows me then to do a lot better shunting, because you can see now it's a hell of a lot longer. So I had the wood, I had the track, and I just cleaned all this up and was just running the trains, and the trains would just sit. Show you on this one. So obviously that's changed now. But the trains would just sit about there. So obviously you couldn't really put another loco in there or anything past it anyway. So I thought, well, they're kind of a waste of time. So now, with the full extension, there's a lot more manoeuvrability. It can move up there and everything can get past, and I can put wagons up there, I can put coaches up there. So that's a lot better. So I'm going to glue all that down, and we can put buffer stops back on as well. So I think that looks better. Okay, that's all weighted down, so we'll leave that to dry now. The glue's only been a couple of days, so that's going to take forever to dry, but the bit that has dried there is not doing too bad. So I'm away now for a week, so that's why I wanted to get some gluing done and just let things dry. Originally I was just going to do this bit, but yeah, I think overall though, I think that'd been longer, and it's not taking any more room up. It fits in there nicely, and it can all still be taken to bits if needed. Yeah, so I think we'll have a good layout now. So we've got the run around loop and all that stuff up there, but this bit here with the shunting, I think will be more interesting, to be honest. You can have a train running around up there, and then you can be doing whatever you want to do down here. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good addition. I made a few more changes now, and we're done with changes in a bit, but I decided, so obviously we had the run around loop here, but then I thought, well, while I've got this space, I know I don't want to fill every space with track, but when I do get a diesel, I'm thinking of getting a big diesel when it gets released. It would be good to be able to park it here in either a siding or a little engine shed. So I've ordered a right hand point, which will go in there, and then obviously that'd be there, and then the point would make that in a fashion, and then I'll have this 6 radius spare, and then I shall take that up there. I don't want it straight, just gives it a bit more interest, pull it away from the track. 6 in there, 1 in there, and then I can have a little shed or something up there, or it can just be another siding. But now I've got a lot more operational. It can also, you know, be used to store wagons or whatever. So yeah, I've ordered that. It only cost me £2.34 because I had a few points, so I bought it with the points and then the discount. Then I just had to pay a little bit of postage. £2.34 for a point. So I've ordered that, and then, you know, this track. One thing I were making sure is that I didn't use any first radius, because I didn't want it where any of the trains would be restricted to get anywhere. So these, you know, the big locos, they can get everywhere on this track. They'll be able to get and all this up there and everywhere. Yeah, the first layout that I made did have a first radius, and it looked all right, and the first radius went round there with a double O, but you couldn't get all your stock down there, which, you know, is not a problem really. But I just thought, it seems to be with TT that you don't need to use first radius. I mean, this still fits in a good space. I can't remember original size, and then I've added what, another couple of foot on it, maybe 2 and a bit foot. So altogether it's probably 6 foot, probably this length here, and then just under 3 foot back. It's amazing what you can fit in. And I don't know, just working with this TT track, I mean, I've stuck it down, I've had it up, I've been messing about with it, and it's still intact. I can remember the double O, I used to break it off at the time, so I don't know whether this is a bit stronger or maybe I'm getting a bit more careful, I don't know, but it's quite nice to work with, the TT. I just wish that Hornby would speed up with getting bits and bobs out. And like I say, I'll not have the 08 because it hasn't got sound, but I couldn't even have the 08 at the moment on the HM7000 system because they haven't even released the 6-pin what goes into it. So even if I did want to just use it, you know, to do some shunting and no sound, because I don't always have the sound on, but I couldn't anyway. You know, otherwise I probably would have been tempted by now and I would have bought it. But there's no point in me buying it when I can't run it. I'm not running on DC. It's no good me putting any other DCC chips in because I don't have a DCC controller, because the whole idea was that I was going to run it off of the iPhone. So it's that really what's a bit boring, waiting for things, but it gives me a chance to keep looking. But yeah, I was sat here last night and I umming and ahhing whether to do it or not, and then I just thought, no, I think it'll I may as well have that run going up there, because really for me it's all about, you know, the shunting and moving things about. So yeah, so as soon as that comes, we'll get that fitted in and glued down and we'll have a look at it. Okay.